Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Tuesdays with Nick. Now of course I'm not Nick, my name is Bobby, and Nick has specially invited me to take over the screen today to bring you this special episode. So I hope you enjoy my presence and let's get to it. So in the recent news, in terms of the property market, right, what we have seen is that many rich people are buying up new good class bungalows, and they are all going for exorbitant prices of upwards of 20, 30, 40 and even 80 million. So the recent news is that the TikTok CEO actually is set to purchase a GCB for $86 million. Now, how much is $86 million? We can only dream. So what we're gonna do in this episode is really special. Instead of being envious and all jealousy, let's take a little trip to dreamland ourselves. We'll go in and look at 5 GCBs and just imagine that they were our own. Alright, let's go. So a good class bungalow, according to the guidelines, states that you have to have a total land size of at least 1,400 square meters. And 1,400 square meters is essentially 1/3 of a typical condominium. That's huge. So another guideline is you can only have 40% of that land to be your actual built up house, and the rest of it has to be like landscape, basically outdoor, just put in place so that people don't like chunk up the whole land to be one giant building lah. Not nice man. Right. So finally they can only be 2 stories high. So with that in mind, let's get to it. The first one we're going to look at is Asprid Residences, and this is located in Asprid Hill. So this website over here at 𝗡𝗜𝗖𝗞.com shows that this project actually won the Singapore Design Award 2014. What do you guys think? I personally quite like the facade of this place. It's got the very modern look. They used a lot of textures. They've got wood here, they've got stone here, and in the landscape you've got these boulders and greenery. So very equal and modern look and feel. If I had $100 million, I'd probably go towards this direction to building my house, my dream home. And over here you can take a look. This giant driveway. So I think this is one thing that's really iconic for GCBs, right? Is that giant driveway. You seldom get to enjoy that in Singapore. Even overseas, maybe you don't have that much of a luxury. And then it leads you into your garage of your own, park in all your supercars, and then you've got 2, 3 different buildings that make up your entire home. It's almost the size of some small like office developments. And this unit actually gives a little bit of that modern architectural vibe. Quite like it. So of course, into the driveway you can see here, we go up to this grand stairway, and then it leads you into this open yard. This house got link bridge. So I think the good benchmark, right, to seeing whether your house is big enough, right, is if you can tell your friends, I got link bridge at my house. It's very show flat-ish lah. I mean, like, this is the minimum you can expect when you pay 8 digits into a property. And then they've got the outdoors, you've got your very own pool, and then lots of greenery. Actually, this house has a lot of layers, and I like how they have used the layers to create the sophistication in the whole architectural design. Very nice. So next one, we move on to another unit. So this one is featured on Edge Prop. So Rebecca Road, total land area of 20,450 square feet. So that translates to probably about 1,900-ish square meters. See, I tell you already, every GCB must have link bridge. If you have link bridge, means your house big, right? This is not a bridge, this is a shelter, but it might as well be a bridge. And wow, you've got this giant fan, but this one a bit more like rustic, a bit like more old school vibe. You can still see all these very expensive fittings like this, very sophisticated looking chandelier thing coming down in your bathroom, and then you've got this scoop style bathtub. I personally think the design is not as coordinated as we saw in the first one. Okay, well, the stairwell looks very grand, but still to its theme. But see what transition, don't put all these sandals there lah, not very nice. But okay, it exudes that homely vibe. This is probably their backyard. I mean, sometimes when you have so much land and not sure what to do with it, you end up putting tires as those old school playground, you know. When we were like in the early 2000s, this is what you find in your playgrounds. This is probably the attic level, and then you've got this sloped roof. Very, I would say it's quite typical lah. I still like the first house better. Tell me what you guys think. Next, we move on to the third house. This is featured on the Peak magazine. This one reminds me of a normal bungalow's hallway lah. Next one, you have your kitchen. Wow, this one looks like a restaurant kitchen. Then you've got marble countertop. Okay, very nice. This table can probably fit in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 people. 12 seater. I like this curved staircase. It's a very nice creative touch they've done to it. Yeah, there it is. That high ceiling that we've all been waiting for. Yeah, if you got high ceiling, means your house very nice really. We can see that they also carry a very similar, like multiple levels and degrees of different textures to create sophistication to the house. And then high ceilings, big glass panels, make the house look big and very, very nice. Okay, so next up, we take a look at this GCB, which is termed by the Peak magazine as a secret oasis in Bukit Timah. Okay, from the first look, you can see that this one carries a very nature vibe. Lots of greenery that has been put in at the frontage of the home. It resembles like a little like forest tree house kind of vibe. And this one got the stone cave vibe going into your garage. This place can probably park like 3-4 cars, I guess. Next picture, another angle of the house. Yeah, like I said, you see it's very squarish. I quite like the simplicity of it. They incorporated lots of green, so like the architecture itself is just features lots of different materials, different elements. You see, this is it. This is what I'm talking about. Every GCB we've seen so far has like a link bridge of sorts. So link bridge is the way to go. You got link bridge, you are rich. Wow, okay, I believe what this is, this is probably like a viewing deck, no? So this family can come up here and look out into the road outside. You can see the other commoners struggling their day-to-day life. And here they have their pool. It's not like humongous, but definitely enough to hold pool parties. If I own this house, let me just imagine I give my friend a call. John, 要不要来我家游泳? Living room over here. I believe this is the living room. Actually, do they even have one living room? I think they have multiple living rooms. Yeah, you see they have a theatre here. Very, very luxurious. So okay, this picture you can see it is, they got this staircase that leads. I believe this area here onwards is their level 1. So I thought multiple living areas and then mostly it's just the abundance of space that really allows you to create lots of luxurious living grounds for your family and for your guests to enjoy. Yeah, I like this house. Very clean. I think what resonates with me personally is this very squarish, simple tones. You don't have lots of clutter, lots of like odd angles, a lot of hallways. There's not much hallways to play around with. It's all very wide and spacious. Alright, we move on next. This is a classic looking class bungalow. This is very Victorian vibe. It reminds me of an English like modern day palace. But yeah, they use a lot of curvatures in their outdoor like exteriors. You see from the arches in their big front gate here, and then it's fronted by this infinity pool. The common feature I see in all these Good Class bungalows, they all have like multiple layers that they can play with. So it looks like you don't have just a piece of flat land. You have a lot of degrees and a lot of layers to your house. Makes it look very sophisticated and big. Okay, so this one designed by KGID. This is featured on Tatler. They also use a lot of very nice textures in their home. Their pillars are this like marble. I don't know where they are from, but they're definitely expensive. It's either marble or stone, I can't tell. But I think we can tell the vibe over here. It's probably very high ceiling. They've got lots of these square glass panels, and it creates that. It's a very English house, I would say. Reminds me of colonial times. I think it's very unique, but personally not really to my taste. If I had the money, I would probably do something along the lines of the one at Asprid or the one at Bukit Timah like we see it earlier. Finally, we go on to the last house in the list. So this is by 𝗓𝗨𝗘𝗦𝗦. Oh, okay, this is very angular. See, like what I was talking about. This is also on Asprid Hill. This Asprid Hill house. It is a reinterpretation of a traditional Chinese courtyard house. I don't see it, but yeah, I probably don't have the aptitude to understand it. But okay, what I can see is they have played with a lot of angles, a lot of different like shapes in their house. Similarly, lush greenery, vines coming down. You see, it's not a square block, you know. It's like a C shape. So I mean, if you're a very architecturally inspired person, you would probably want to create something out of the conventional square block that we have. But I mean, to do that, right, in the good class bungalow scene, you probably can, because you still enjoy the abundance of space. To the rest of the commoners like myself, I think if we encounter a smaller house with odd shapes, we might be a bit But okay, this one has grand stairwell coming up, and then you're greeted by this almost C-shaped frontage. I believe the front door is somewhere around this line. Okay, top view. Yep, like I said, C-shape, and you've got a lot of triangle angles. So I don't know what they do, how these parts will serve internally, because like there will be some odd spots where you can't really do much with. And I see that they have installed actually a lot of like, these are solar panels, I believe. Yep, that's about it. Let's all get a little dreamy, and I'll pose this question to you. If you guys had $100 million right now and you got the chance to buy a plot of land that can build you your dream house, according to the 5 that we have seen today, which is the house that you're most likely to buy or build in the inspiration of